The following program is brought to you with limited commercial interruption.
Today's broadcast is being simulcast in broken English.
I'm here to show the world. I'm here to show the world.
Welcome to the show that we're doing right now.
What the hell are we doing on this show?
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
Let's go.
What is this?
Giggity, 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 goo.
Who else but
The Q?
it's showtime! Gentlemen, let's get down to business.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Yeah, I can dig it, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Q. You're listening to the best pop culture, current events, and current affairs show east or west of that Mississippi River, hailing from the great city of St. Louis and worldwide at the QNow now. The QNow.com. I am your host, Mark Bland, ladies and gentlemen. Trump is coming back to Facebook and Twitter, or at least he hopes so. We're going to discuss that. Our friend Justin Dimofo Deming is here to hang out with us for the first time in quite a while, so we're going to talk to him. And things went badly and great at MMWA Wrestling Show this past weekend. We will discuss that, but without any further ado, first up, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a guest host, a co-host, a man of many talents himself, Jason Cole.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Fantastic.
You doing well, sir?
I am doing well.
I have stories for you.
Nice.
Stories of being hurt.
Aw.
We'll talk about that, but we can't talk about that unless we have this person. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my former co-hosts on this show. A person I love dearly, a friend in the wrestling business as well as in the radio business and the life business. We've been friends for quite a few years now.
Absolutely.
And he goes by the name of Dimofo on Twitter.
And Instagram.
Okay, fair enough. And that is Justin Deming. And welcome back to the Q, sir.
It's great to be back.
The Q
Mark.
now.
The Q now.
Now. The Q
At
now.
the Q now.
At theqnow.com.
Yes, but it's wonderful to be back. It's been quite a few years, but here we are back in Radioland.
Now, Justin, you are familiar with my wrestling background stuff.
Yes.
Simply because you were a part of my wrestling background stuff at one point in history.
Yes.
You were working with me at Dynamo Pro Wrestling.
Yes.
You were doing creative and work behind the scenes. I was the executive director.
Yes.
Mark Bland.
Those were great times.
The director of operations, however you want to look at it.
Some of my favorite times in the wrestling business.
Well, yes, probably. Are your only times? I think they might be your only times in the wrestling business.
Was
I don't know.
time.
I don't know. But since those days, sir, I have moved on. Obviously, I've worked with WOE and I've worked with other organizations and tried to put things together. Mm-hmm. But this past year, Justin,
yes.
I came back to South Broadway.
South Broadway, where it all began.
I went back to where it all began, to the alumni section. And while there, I was approached and asked if I wanted to maybe get some tutelage. Be interested in maybe doing something similar like I did at Dynamo Pro, like an executive director type position or a commissioner or something of that nature. And I said, you know what? It's been a while. I haven't been in the business in a while. Maybe sure. Let's take a look at this. Let's see what we got. And I did. And by the good graces of Mr. Anthony Castaldi, who at that time was in my good graces, and I in his, allowed me to become the assistant commissioner of MMWA Wrestling.
Congratulations.
Under a gentleman by the name of Shaft, who's been wrestling in St. Louis for quite a few years now.
Oh, yeah. I saw him many, many, many years ago.
That's right. And Shaft and Moondog Rover and all the aged veterans over there of that nature.
Yes.
They're still around. And Shaft is a commissioner. Moondog still wrestles. He gets in the ring and beats up people.
Wow.
Yeah. At that age. I know. Not a bad guy. I've always respected the Moondog. Like I said, even on the last show.
That's right.
And even after what happened this weekend, I still respect the Moondog because I understand the wrestling business and I understand people can get in each other's girth. I get that. Where I have a problem is where people are disingenuous with me or others. And by disingenuous, and you might not know the story, I went up into a much deeper version of it last week, but I'll do the short, cliff note for you.
Okay.
Simply here on 1280 AM, KYRO, the radio station you're all listening to, newsradiokyro.com. I decided to become the assistant commissioner. I noticed that there was a group of guys running roughshod called the Brotherhood. Which is Ricky Cruz, the Butcher, Damian Blade, and this wrestler named Cayman. He likes to wear an octopus face mask. Octopusy mask.
Nice.
So whatever he does.
He likes to keep himself occupied.
He likes to keep himself occupied. So anyway, they were running roughshod, and there was a guy by the name of Ben Trust, a really good wrestler who's I've been friends with for a long time. And Ben was the heavyweight champion at the time. And he brought a lot of class and respectability to it. And not saying that Cayman, the current MMWA champion and one of this Brotherhood, doesn't bring some type of wrestling pedigree and respect to the belt himself. What I'm saying is in my eyes, the way he went about getting it versus the way Ben Trust went about getting it, two completely different paths, and one with more virtue to it than the other. Okay? It's like Rocky Maivia today versus The Rock's Nation of Domination days. Like the path to getting there.
Yes.
Is a much different way to go about it. And so the path that they chose was evil. They would beat up on Ben Trust 3-on-1, 4-on-1, if they could find a partner or people to help him out. But there was always multiple ganging up-ons. I didn't like this. I thought it was ridiculous. And as a person who is respected the business and is respected in the business, whether they want to agree with that or not, there are people of much higher stature in this business that will agree with me. And I will tell you this, I didn't like what I was seeing, so I decided to step in. And when Cayman decided to take a little trip, and it was just 2 on, I decided, hey, this is a perfect time to teach a lesson. And that lesson was, I got 4 dudes, and they're going to take on you two by yourselves. Just you two. They didn't like that. But what was really weird about that is Shaft got involved. Shaft, who is the guy I understudy, and I'm under the tutelage of, you would think that he would also be in agreement with me on this idea that there should be some fairness here. Like if these guys stole the title, basically. Now,
I'm sensing he does not share your vision.
he doesn't share my vision, and I didn't think that Anthony Castaldi, the head of MMWA, the owner, the guy in control, I didn't think that he would disagree with me either, because it's like, I literally saw you throwing things at the wall up in the locker room after shows because these guys kept interfering and hurting your heavyweight champion because they were teaming up on him and ganging up.
Right.
Okay. So I thought I was teaching a lesson. Obviously, I was wrong. So then they made the match for 4-on-4, which was this past weekend. I get up onto the apron, Jason, once again because there is some shenanigans going on in this match. As with anything the Brotherhood touches, there's always shenanigans going on.
There's always shenanigans.
Always shenanigans.
So you got up there to declare shenanigans.
The brightest broom.
I came to try to help the situation.
Yes.
To try to fix the wrong, to get the referee's attention, to let them know about shenanigans that were going on. I was dragged off of the edge of the ring apron, and I was attacked by Shaft. Now, last month, he pulled me off the ring apron too, but it was after I tried to throw a punch. It looked pretty telegraphed, I would say, based on watching the video footage over and over back. It's a pretty telegraphed punch, so it was probably easy to defend against. But he was able to block it and give me a shot.
Yeah, those get blocked sometimes.
This month, not only was I jumped by Shaft, but after I got jumped by Shaft and then attacked more for no reason whatsoever by the same man, I was also attacked by the Brotherhood. I tried to get the heavyweight title out of the ring so that these individuals were not going to step on it, break it, or have any problems with it, right? It is our heavyweight title for the MMWA. There were 8 men, plus myself, plus Shaft, plus Anthony Castaldi, plus this guy, plus the kitchen sink. Everybody was literally there, jumping and hitting on everybody. The belt's laying in the middle of the ring. I'm just trying to get it out of the way. I grab the belt. I start to go for the back. And when I do, I trip over a railing or whatever, like on the railing, like for the fans. As I'm leaving out, I trip over the railing because I have neuropathy. I can't feel my feet. It's kind of a horrible situation in life. But I trip over that, which allows the Brotherhood to catch up with me and just start beating me mercilessly.
Jeez.
It was not fun.
Doesn't sound fun.
My head was hurting. My back was hurting heavily. There was no rhyme or reason. All I did was jump up on the apron to get the ref's attention to let him know about a situation. I am the assistant commissioner, not the commissioner.
Yes.
Well, after all this went down, I got Anthony Castaldi in my face. You know what I'm saying? And I got Shaft challenging me to a match out of the blue.
So
He wants to go one-on-one with a guy 20 years his junior, for sure. Okay? Which is nuts.
Right?
Nuts that you even want to attempt to do this. Because I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you bad. I'm not going to be playing games. I'm not going to... Listen, you want to put a position of power like the commissionership of a wrestling organization, a John Laurinaitis level position on a brand where you have power to dictate the matches that will and won't happen, the way things move. And I have a group of guys, like I told you, I found 4 guys. We call them the Kings of Revolution. And maybe I'm a king too. I don't know. What I can tell you is at this point, that's who I'm riding with, because everybody who was my enemy was the one hitting me. So that would be the rest of y'all. I know who was hitting me and who wasn't hitting me. See my point?
I see your point.
So that's where we're at right now. I have yet to really have any conversations with Shaft or anybody else from the organization. I've been pushed out. They did put me on the poster. They put me on this. Well, first off, they made this cool poster, that came out. It was a really cool poster. And then they put me on the show poster. Well, the cool poster that came out was like Bland returns and the Kings of Revolution and it's all the cool stuff, right? Looks cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. The poster, same thing. They didn't even put my name. They just put a picture of me on. They didn't even put my name on the poster.
You are in the middle, though.
They didn't say that we were fighting. They didn't say what was going on. They just put that guy and this old guy. And they're going to do some trees, some little birds right here, like a Bob Fosse picture. Bob, what's his name? Bob what? What was the pretty
Ross?
little bird? Bob Ross. Yeah, the
Bob
little.
Ross.
Put some pretty little mountains and trees right here. We'll put a tree over here. That's what they did. Yeah, it puts the Kings of Revolution.
Yeah, they're up there.
It's up there, and it's
The other
under.
guys are up there,
It's
too.
and it's got them like with the Kings of Revolution, not me.
Yeah, you're
Like
down
I'm just
below.
over here.
But you're in the middle, though. But you're lower.
But to be honest, I'd rather have the commission, like getting the commissionership of MMWA bigger than the title, in my opinion.
Yeah, you run the place.
You run everything.
You're just a worker.
Yeah,
You're
I got to
the
work.
champion.
I got to work with Anthony Castaldi, but at the same
Still.
point, it's that position of
Right?
power,
Yeah.
that right hand of the king type thing.
Champion's just a worker at the end of the day.
So when is this match?
February 11th at the
Yeah.
South Broadway Athletic Club.
Wow.
Mark that down on your calendar.
Mind you, I am definitely a little slower than I used to be. It's
okay.
A little worse for wear. Going to be honest.
Aren't we all?
A little painful. Might even been some vomiting after. My head swimming and being nauseous from the pain in my head from getting hit with canes and sticks and punches and kicks and everything else.
I mean, you have to be good for like 10 minutes. That's really it, really.
Right. Yeah, I
You
got
know?
it. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
So you got it. You got this.
But, yeah, I wasn't feeling it. And this match, I get challenged. She comes out of the blue. So now I got a month to try to get in somewhat of a shape, if I can at all, for a match against a guy who I should be able to handle relatively easily, I would hope. But I saw a video. I don't look good. No, I got a bit of a belly.
What were
Things ain't sexy the way they used to be.
What were the categories of wrestlers and the 2K games and the WWE games?
I don't remember.
You had high flyers. You had whatever grappler. That's what you would need to be a grappler.
I was a grappler.
Just grappler, grab and throw. ground and pound.
Listen, I'm just going to be really honest. It's simple. And I'll speak right to Shaft right now. And somebody called me and left some messages, and I was a little... Maybe I'll have to call in somewhere else too, but I can just say this to you right now, Shaft. I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you really bad. Like in ways others haven't ever even attempted. Now, I know you might try to take that out of context and make it a joke, whatever like that. That's fine. And what I've always said about UFC is I wish that they all had WWE entrances at the UFC.
That'd be cool.
I really wanted Conor McGregor to come out with like the Raw Jumbotron background and all that to the place just going nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Production.
Because here's the deal. Once that cage door closed, doesn't matter what our promos were. Doesn't matter. It's my fist, your face. That's it. Two men in, one man leave. Like that's how this works. Once we get to February 11th, Shaft, I don't care what you say on a microphone. I don't care what your thoughts are around your family and your friends. I don't care what Anthony Castaldi thinks. I don't care about the Brotherhood. And even if they showed up here, I don't care about anything.
Yeah, nobody does. Not those guys.
Do you know why? Because once that bell rings, I'm going to hurt you. That's it.
February 11th at the South Broadway Athletic Club.
Guys, I come.
Show up.
Come from a different breed of wrestlers. When I was trained, the people I used to run on the roads with and stuff, like, we'll strike when you least expect it. I can tell you that. Strike like a snake. Maybe. Never know.
That's it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back on the Q here. The Q now.
The Q now.
The Q now. Right after this.
If she wants to dance and drink all night, well, there's no one that can stop her. She's going till the house lights come up, or stomach spills onto the floor.
12:80 a.m. KYRO. Justin Deming, Mark Bland, Jason Cole, the Q. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Q now. Mark Bland with Justin and Jason.
Hello.
They tried to do my cool radio intro, guys. It's cool radio intro stuff.
Here on KYRO, 1280 AM.
Cairo. Here on Cairo. Hey, Justin.
Yes.
You have been known to dabble into discussing the world of politics in the past, correct?
Correct.
So, Jason, let's get into this a little bit. It seems as though Trump formally asked Facebook to let him back on for the good of free speech as he builds his 2024 run after being blocked over his Capitol riot, seditious a-hole thing that he did.
The insurrection?
Oh, yeah, the insurrection.
A little matter
the
of
attempted
the insurrection.
You know what they also call that, ladies and gentlemen? They call that treason. They also call that a coup, an attempted coup.
Mm-hmm.
That's how all of this works. If that's the case, Donald Trump's 2024 campaign argued to Meta, which is the parent company of Facebook at this point, that his Facebook account should be reinstated imminently, probably and immediately, for the sake of public discourse.
This is very interesting for...
Now, he was given a 2-year suspension for conduct related to the Capitol riots.
Mm-hmm.
So that would go until, obviously, 2020. Let's see, it was 2023 then.
Yeah, but it was a little later, so he's got.
They got a few more. Whatever.
Thought about it for.
Yeah,
a while.
it was probably like May or whatever. So he'd be coming back anyway. It seems like Trump may also be gearing up for his return to Twitter, guys. Even though that account has already been unblocked by Elon Musk because, well, you know, buying electric car companies means you're a scientist.
But if it wasn't him, he would have a point. He's going to be a candidate for president. He should be allowed his platform. But it's him. All he's going to do, he's going to attack election workers like he does on Truth Social. He's going to spread crazy QAnon stuff. Like, he's not worth it. But, I mean, Elon Musk did it, but he just did it because Elon Musk is a chaos guy. Remember, months ago, we said he's a Bond villain.
I really believe...
And that's what he did. He just did it to make problems.
At this point, Elon Musk bought Twitter simply because he was jealous of Tom on MySpace. Straight up. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny with anybody. You're talking about a man who would have been in, like, that same age group of guys as probably Tom from MySpace. So he might have even run in some circles that knew Tom from MySpace just because he had money and, you know, he was working in those different, like, San Francisco style, like, digital trend fields and all that like that.
He's been around tech.
So I feel like he just got jealous that MySpace took off and became something. And at the time, maybe either he wanted to be involved or he knew some people and they just kind of shut him out or they moved on without him or whatever it was. It kind of like caught his gird. And that's why he moved everything out of California after all those years living there to Texas because, it just seems like it's better in Texas. And it's like, no, it's just red. It's just red state. Mm-hmm. By the way.
Lawlessness.
But by the way, think about this. What do we identify Elon Musk most with on this earth? If you were to say Elon Musk outside of Twitter, like not right, like off the top of your, like, what do we identify him with?
With tech.
And electric vehicles.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. Tesla, right?
Right.
Well, speaking of electric vehicle, did you see where recently the former Tesla guy, though it speaks to it, they faked the driverless car video. It's not real.
Oh,
it
really?
It was done in their confined area under complete control. It wasn't out on the streets. It wasn't. And this former executive came out and blew the whistle.
So my that is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
My point of view on this situation is we identify you with electricity and Teslas. Like that's you called your company Tesla after Tesla and Edison Tesla. Okay, electricity. You moved to a state that literally could use your expertise in electricity to make their electricity stay on, and they have yet to make a phone call, stop by, pat you on the back, and be like, hey, you know, we kind of got a grid issue going on down here. Every time, like, Ted Cruz farts, he's got to go to Cancun, and we lose power. So you think you could help us out, you know, with your electric company that you do electric with? Like,
their glorious private grids aren't working so good in
But
Texas.
this is my point. My point being is, like, you've got a guy who literally understands this stuff like the back of his hand, who could probably help you guys out. And I don't think that you guys have reached out, done anything, talked to him. I don't think that anything's good. He's too busy gallivanting around trying to secure funding to buy social media companies because he's mad about something from 15 years ago in MySpace Tom.
I was on
being
Friendster.
Everybody's friend. Yeah, everybody was on something before they were on something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know who you are.
I never did have MySpace.
Yeah, I think you're greatly overestimating Elon Musk. He
overestimating him?
Yeah, that he could help with the Texas electric grid. All he did is show up and buy a company with his daddy's Emerald Mine money.
That is true. Those other two guys were the engineers. The other guy,
I don't think he's the super
started,
genius that's going to fix the Texas
grid. The other guy
but
started Lucid Motors.
Oh.
So he started another.
Lucid, there you go, another company.
Another company after Elon Musk bought his.
I just find it weird. And then, like, the majority all that this man does is the same thing Trump does. Like, all he would do is not really run for campaign. Like you said, why give him back his Facebook and Twitter for what? Because, well, first off, Truth Social sucks and doesn't work. It's worthless. Nobody really cares. It's just the same idiots telling him to his face over and over, you're so great. Oh, wait, you said that to me 72 times yesterday with the same account. I guess I'm still great. Okay,
and you can literally say anything you want on Truth Social.
Yeah.
Well,
anything.
It puts Donald Trump in an interesting position in the sense that he has a fiduciary responsibility to promote Truth Social. But now that he's assembling a campaign, they're saying, hey, you're not going to win an election on Truth Social. You need to be out there on Facebook and Twitter and where people actually are.
And that's the thing. The only way that works is if it's a campaign account and it's only campaign stuff and not crazy nonsense. Otherwise, Truth Social suffers because why is he on these other ones posting his private junk and not only on Truth Social?
Yeah, good point.
So to be on Facebook and Twitter again, he's going to have to be
Right.
normal.
Well, it's a financial conflict of interest.
Yeah, and he can't be normal.
I'll go one step further, guys. I think that if you've been a part of, I think the January 6th committee has shown enough proof of the involvement of Donald J. Trump directly to this situation,
Indubitably.
including the text messages from his own Republican and GOP members of Congress and the Senate that were like, can I get a pardon? Can I get a pardon?
We need a pardon.
They literally were saying to him, not somebody else.
Yep.
Listen. You guys were stupid for hitting up Donald Trump and saying you wanted a pardon that day. And I'll tell you why you were dumb. For no other reason than you literally implicate him into this situation directly. Because if you say nothing to him, you guys could have played it off as, well, it's not what you're saying that it was. We didn't look at it that way. We weren't worried or thinking that we were going to go to jail or not go to jail. Yeah. It was literally just, there was nothing, we saw it and we thought the opposite of
We're
this.
fighting for a cause.
But the minute that you texted him and said, pardon me for this.
Yeah, right.
You're like, the thing that is going on right now in
totally
your name with Mike Pence being hung from gallows, literally with his name on it outside the building. Please pardon us who have nothing to do with it because we're not there at all. We weren't the ones standing up there telling them to go down to the Capitol. You were.
You did that.
We need you to pardon us immediately. This is really going to suck.
We need
Wow. And it's interesting to be back here in beautiful Missouri where your senator is an insurrectionist.
right? He's a fist bumper.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Josh
And
Hawley?
then he ran away
He
from him.
ran for his life.
The guy from the state you were born in, you love?
Right.
The state I was born in and love.
That's right. St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri.
He was like Dr. Frankenstein with those guys. He was like cheering them on, and then when they got loose,
Think
he was
about
like,
this.
Run.
Josh
Yes.
Hawley has gotten more play off of throwing a fist bump off
Right.
one time than anything that he has himself done as a senator, junior or freshman senator at all, the years that he has been in position. AOC did more to get her name out there and have some value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you disagreed with her, whatever it was she promoted, Green New Deal, anything that she promoted, didn't matter what it was. The fact that all happened in her first year.
Yeah, everyone knows her.
Everyone knows her, but she did stuff. You're only known for throwing your fist up.
That's true.
One time, walking out of a building.
Sad.
That's it.
Right.
Like that, dude. That is the saddest day. You can talk all the trash you want to on Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, even John McCain back in the whoever it was. You can talk all the trash you want, Josh Hawley and Eric Schmidt and all the insurrectionist lover dudes. Like you guys go talk all the trash you want. Those people, at least I know their name, and I knew their name like 20 to 30 years into their careers, not year one or two. Like I didn't need year one or two. They were still there 30 years later. That's how good they were at their jobs. I don't think that Josh Hawley makes it 15 years.
He's
don't
kind
think
of
so.
He's kind of out in a weird zone because he sort of read the tea leaves wrong and started kind of going after Trump a little bit after the election, saying we need new leadership at the top, but now everyone kind of like turned the other way. They were kind of like went back to Trump a little bit, so he's kind of like just nowhere really.
Do you guys think
none
Trump
of
will
them-
be the nominee?
I don't think that. I think you have a better shot at Trump pulling a Ross Perot than
Really?
you have of anything else. I think a third party candidate thing where he just tries to claim independence.
That's the thing is, what do you do if you're Republicans? If he gets nominated, you lose.
Yep.
If he doesn't get nominated, he will split and go third party, and then you lose.
I know.
mean, what do you
2016
do?
all over
I know
again.
exactly what you do.
Right.
Paul Ryan's your only answer. I've been saying it now.
You know what? And that's the thing.
I've been saying it now since the election of 2020. I've now been saying it since the election of 2022. Paul Ryan is your only option of anyone that I think that if you're a midline GOPer,
Yeah, and if you're looking for someone that can beat Trump with 30% of the vote in the primary because they split it up so much, he's the guy.
he's the guy. He's young enough.
I don't miss Paul Ryan or his magic mouth.
I know you don't, but he's better.
But
Remember those weird
I think
All the weird pictures. What was
personally,
that?
I think the nomination is Trump's to lose. He still
no,
has
it
the
is.
base GOP support. He's still going to be the guy. I don't think he'll win another general election, but I don't think the Republicans can stop him.
But
if
here's
he's
where
honestly in
I
this.
think that people are going to notice something.
What's that?
They just watched Kevin McCarthy lose 15 times on the House Speaker vote. They're not going to stop bringing that up
and then have
as
no
as we move forward. But here's the best part about that: they will literally. If you're Democrats, all you got to do is show the Speaker of the House for the 5 times prior to Kevin McCarthy's attempt. Right? All you got to do is show the Speaker of the House vote. One time, one vote. One time, one vote. One time, one vote. 14 votes, but only after Donald Trump was president for 4 years, and this was the first time they got the House back. All of a sudden, you show 15 times where they're infighting and all this, and you go, it was all because of Donald Trump. Donald Trump was what created their problem within their party. And all the power players know this. That's the weird thing. Now, after this 2022 midterm, that red wave that didn't happen and all this, like, there is enough notice within the party. Even if you are a hardline, like, Trump supporter, you still noticed
Some of those guys did.
how like split this really was when it came right down to it, and a lot more close for comfort than you were willing to deal with.
Democrats should just try to make the Republicans all be George Santos. Just never stop talking about
All
it.
Republicans technically are George Santos.
You know what I mean? You know how like they
In
try
fact,
to like Nancy Pelosi.
I am
every
willing
Democrat?
to put money on the table. There may be a Republican candidate or nominee in the last, like, winning ones. Not like just everybody who decides that they want to get on a local. No. Big names who win, right? There may be one or two out of all of the candidates and all of the ones who won and all of that, okay? One or two that might be 100% above board, across the board, most of their lives, if not all their lives.
Yeah, maybe.
But I would be willing to put a 90+% gap and $1,000 in Vegas down on the line, saying I would say more than 90% of your GOP candidates at any time period in the last 50 to 60 years have lied. And not
Especially
lied,
if you do the
and
House.
not lied like white lies to their friends
like
or their
deep
girlfriends or no. Lied within their campaign and political career while they either campaigned or got elected or what they were doing on Capitol Hill or as a senator or whatever.
Oh, sure.
Every single one of them, 90+%.
You know what? I was thinking about, what about this for a 2024 candidate? What about Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Oh my God!
What if she shows up and starts running
Don't
around?
even speak that evil into existence.
Speaking of
Seriously,
Marjorie Taylor Greene,
she's crazy enough to do it
and
dumb
whack
enough
jobs.
to believe she could.
Ladies and gentlemen, later on the QNow, we are going to be doing our next round of the Tournament of Pop Culture. Whoa, Jesus Christ! The Tournament of Pop Culture one-hit wonders. We did round 1 this past show. We're going to do round 2 here with our friend Justin. And it's getting
So
fun.
much fun.
It is fun. We got 4 sections of a bracket. We're going to break all these down, and then we're going to eventually have our final four.
Yeah.
We did this with the best action movie since the 1980s.
That was great.
We did 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and then we broke it down to those 4 against each other.
Wow.
To see who would win. Which, if you get a chance, ladies and gentlemen, go to theqnow.com. And check out those episodes where we talk about best action movie since the 1980s.
At a commercial, we'll tell you who won.
No, we're not telling anybody anything. We're not going to tell you.
Well, not these guys. Just
Nope.
him.
We're not going to. Yeah, we'll tell him who won.
Yeah, nobody else.
Now, last week in our tournament, you can go back and listen. We will update this as we move forward.
Yeah.
But everybody who listened found out that, I think, who was it?
Dun, 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 dun.
It was Vanilla Ice. That's right.
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice. Ice Ice Baby.
Classic.
Got through that round or that bracket of the 4 brackets. So we're going to move on with the next one. We're going to take a quick break here on the Q Now. And when we come back, all of that specialness with myself, Justin Deming, as well as Jason Cole will be back after this. Come with it now. Ladies ladies and gentlemen. 1280 AM KYRO. You can do it, Justin. Go ahead. You know you want to. Welcome us back.
Welcome back to the Q Now.
That's right, the Q Now with Justin Deming and Jason Cole on 1280 AM KYRO.
The blowtorch of the Midwest.
The blowtorch of the Midwest.
It's an honor to be back in the Midwest.
It is honor. Oh yeah, Josh Hollyland, you're a big fan. I heard on my last segment
Where women don't have bodily autonomy.
where women aren't allowed to just be themselves in general. Like
where
evidently,
the state senate put a dress code in where women can't bare their arms.
well, if you guys want
So
to,
they don't have the right to bear arms.
they don't have the right
Right?
to
They
bear
don't.
arms or women arms or men arms.
Did you see that though? They put the dress code in at the Capitol,
Oh, I'm sure.
and women have to wear sleeves.
It doesn't surprise me.
100%
There is.
fact.
Think about this. Think about this. A bunch of dudes who go to their office
Yeah,
and
right.
jerk off on their government computers every single day.
Gotta cover those arms.
Maybe it's their no. Maybe it's their private laptop or whatever. If you think this isn't going on in every single capital
course it is.
city in America
Look at some
for
of the- look at some of the stuff
local
they've been caught
and
for.
state representatives, you're a moron because it's definitely going on in Washington D.C. with all the damn documentaries and docuseries that you guys watch every week. So we know for a fact that it's going on at the state level too.
Guys
Now,
in state houses are crazy. See that guy in New Mexico?
I'm going to tell you about another state that's got a crazy person, Ron Desantis in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is pushing for a permanent ban on all masks and COVID vaccine mandates. Guys, this is a news story from today.
He's so
You're kidding
exhausted.
me.
This is not from 2021.
He's just exhausted.
Which is 2 years ago. This isn't from 2020 when the middle of COVID was happening and we were like in the middle of it, right? No. He's pushing for a permanent ban on all masks and COVID vaccine mandates, the latest glimpse into his anti-woke vision for America. Remember, there is a person who is challenging Trump out of his own state, and it's the guy that runs the state he loves to live in. Which is weird because Trump's an idiot for not just going back to New Jersey
Where
and
freedom
running
lives.
Boardwalk Empire like it was the TV show. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, he'd be listen, Donald Trump in New Jersey on the boardwalk running it like the show Boardwalk, like Nucky from Boardwalk Empire. I swear to God, that would be a more powerful position as a former president of the United States than where he's at now playing golf with fat people who are idiots and nobody cares.
Should try to
Now
take
you're
Atlantic
overestimating
City
Donald
back.
Trump.
No, he's playing golf. It's happening.
It's happening.
And he's fat. Yeah.
I'm saying for the New Jersey, I don't think he has that.
No, I
acumen.
feel like he had enough greasy idiots that were around him there that he could have pulled it off. I really do
Ron
believe that.
DeSantis.
The so-called common sense bill, that's what we're talking about here with Ron DeSantis, would make it illegal for companies, government agencies, and schools to require staff or students to be vaccinated or mask up indoors. DeSantis, who has positioned himself as a staunch opponent of government-sanctioned COVID rules, has said it would liberate Florida from the biomedical security state that it is. Oh, yeah. This is the latest instance of Governor DeSantis professing himself a COVID guidance contrarian, having announced last month that he plans to petition the state's Supreme Court to convene a grand jury to investigate how the COVID shots were rolled out and marketed. This is what he's wasting your money on, Florida. Listen, I know you all think that Mark Bland is just some local wrestler, yokel idiot who thinks that he's on some radio station that's blowing the American airwaves out with 40 minutes, like he's Howard Stern himself, right? No, but I will tell you this. I do have a ton of fans and followers and listeners in Florida. That's it. That's all I'll say. Like, I don't need to go any further than to explain the truth. Millions? Nope. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands in Florida? Probably not. But there's a few. There's a few people out there listening right now in Florida. Your money's being wasted on these dumb attempts to worry about stuff from years ago. I'm not saying that we shouldn't still worry about COVID, guys. What I'm saying is COVID's like the flu now. I think a lot of people realized it in the 2022 winter. We watch for it. We try to protect against it.
Yep.
And then the next year we do it again. And that's kind of how it's going to be.
It's endemic now.
It becomes an endemic. So we're just going to have to deal with that. That's fine. That's okay. We deal with this with other things, right? Chickenpox has never been solved at all in our society. People still get chickenpox. They still exist. You can get shingles.
And you go
I know
stick 'em
somebody
in
who
their
just
room.
got shingles. Okay? Dead serious. These things still exist, and we just deal with them. year to year. Now, we didn't know that at the beginning of COVID. That's how this was going to go.
Well,
we didn't know that.
It didn't have to go that way, but
It probably didn't have to go that way.
We could have
but
bottled it
when
up pretty quick.
half of the country opted out of preventing it,
Well, here's the other thing, guys. The world hasn't prevented it either.
No.
Even if our country would have been able to like get out from underneath like a New Zealand, like, they still ended up having new variants hit them, and they couldn't protect against that. The rest of the world hasn't gotten rid of COVID either. So we as a world, that means every country you go to, everywhere you live, the chances of getting COVID exists.
Yeah.
Okay. The chances of me getting a flu in Europe or China or Australia or America 5 years ago was still 100%. I could have easily got it in any one of those countries. I didn't, but I could have.
Wash your hands, everyone.
But here's our deal. This dude is worried about masks. He's like, I'm against people wearing that. Dude, all it was recommendations. Everybody, listen, it was right. Listen, Ron DeSantis, did you get to run Florida, the state that you are the governor of, the way you saw fit during the pandemic? Quick question for you two in the classroom here.
Yeah.
Did Florida run the state by the rules they chose to enforce themselves?
Yes.
The entire pandemic.
Federal mandates, unless it was federal
None of
property.
that federal anything did anything unless it was federal property, like you said, which is owned in each state. But outside of that, they just ignored masks and called them face divers and FJB, Super Joe Brandons, and all the other Brandons. Like, they just did all that, right?
Coincidentally, his state was like one of the
don't
worst
forget,
hit.
the Brandon stuff, that's 2020. That's right. Let's go, Brandon. That's 2020. Yeah.
How
That's
clever.
that year. Isn't that clever?
Conservative comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are awesome.
There it is. But that's my point, guys. These guys are wasting your money trying to take down masks and COVID vaccine mandates. It's like, you never even were mandated anything. You didn't mandate anything for your state. Like, there was a ton of people that lived in your state. No one got vaccinated, and that was their choice. And by the way, it's 2023. I'm not complaining or worried about it. He's not complaining or worried about it. He's not complaining or worried about it. The only one who's talking about COVID vaccines and mandates and worrying about it is
Ron DeSantis.
you, Ron DeSantis.
Florida, where your taxes go to own the libs.
Yeah, I mean, no one's happy that COVID happened.
Nobody.
I think he's just trying to politically activate, like, oh, let's
what
be
he's
real
doing.
mad that COVID happened, and that you had to wear a mask, and that they wanted you to get the jab.
Well, that's what
and
it
that-
all is. It's all about just keeping the MyPillow guy railed up.
Yes.
If you keep Mike Lindell and the MyPillow guys of the world railed up and going, right?
Well,
Yep.
You keep enough $1 billion coming in a week for those Sandy Hook deniers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can keep them on the hook for years.
And all they do with this stuff is fundraise off it.
That's it.
Every
So
congressman,
make more money. though.
senator
So send me $1 here,
does
so I
this.
can go out on the trail here
Yeah.
to go get another $2 here
I bet if you signed up for Ron DeSantis,
to put together my marketing material to market again
Yeah.
for you to give me $1 here.
I bet and if you signed up within a week, you'll get a fundraising email about his wanting to do this.
Oh, yeah.
So you need to support Governor DeSantis. If you can send as low as $5, blah, 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 click that link, donate.
We
That's
know
all they
he's
want.
running for president because we saw the debate where he wouldn't answer the question
Yeah,
of
he's just so
where he would.
insincere. You know, like
yeah, he's
everything he does is evil. And when he tries to not act
By the way,
evil-
why is this dude so afraid for people to learn history too?
Right?
Like,
Yeah,
what
he
is
totally,
up with
like,
the
you can't even
CRT
teach.
stuff?
oh my goodness.
he shut down their AP African Studies.
Yeah, the college.
And
I just read about this.
No state school.
He told the state schools they could not teach African studies at any of their
Yeah.
state colleges.
What is wrong with him?
Wow. I
That's Florida State.
But, he's so insincere.
no.
wait.
That's
You mean
Florida
the Republicans who are anti-science are
Right.
also anti-history and
Yeah.
anti-math?
Yep.
That's shocking.
They're
to me.
the only thing they are not anti is freedom.
Freedom.
But they're not they're also anti-tough too, because those damn t-shirts never jump off their back and protect them from anybody. Literally, but every t-shirt says don't tread on me. So like,
Yeah,
I'm
back off.
not exactly sure if they're tough either. Like, I don't get
Well,
any of this.
he's just so insincere. He comes off as like the rich businessman who tries to act cool at the end of a Hallmark movie. He's just awkward and weird, and
Here.
it does not.
It's time.
He's just not normal.
It's time. It's time, Jason. Hold on. Just stay there, Justin.
All right.
Justin, we're going to do something special with you here in a little bit, but just stay there for a second, okay? It's time for Mark's segment. That's right. Every single episode, I have to shush radio land out there, right? Radio freedom. Radio semblance. Semblance. That's what you would say, right? Say it.
Sibilance.
There it is. All right. It's time for the shush. Here we go. Shh. Everybody listen. This is really important. You need to hear this right now. Shh. Some wise wisdom from Marky Mark. Only in America would idiots show up and try to be president without a single concern for others' beliefs or what they say. That's Ron DeSantis. Literally a president without a concern for your beliefs or what they say or who they are or where they're from or anything. That's it. We live in that country. We live in that country. That's where we live, Justin.
Yeah.
We
Well,
live in that
he's
country.
basically punishing Disney.
Think about
for,
that.
Like, speaking their mind about.
I don't care if Disney's my
calls them
bills.
woke, and he's attacking them and punishing them with taxes. That's like a direct. Like when people talk about free speech, like on Twitter. Free speech is what he's doing right there.
It's not just there. Check this out. Check this out. Month-long jail terms for allowing disturbing gender fluidity books on shelves under planned North Dakota law. Here we go. The GOP's child protection war hits the public libraries now, guys. Here we go.
Meanwhile, the only people raping kids and getting caught with child porn are Republicans.
Republicans and GOP
They're
members.
the only ones.
Conservatives.
Every time the news is like local, like politician, it's always Republican. Like if it's a local town or a state guy.
Oh, let's not forget the guy from Colorado whose son shot up the nightclub, the Q nightclub.
Yeah.
And the first words out of his mouth were, "Oh, I was afraid he was gay, but I'm glad he ain't because we're Republican. You can't be gay."
Wonderful human.
Literally said that on a live interview for CNN or whoever it was.
He's not shunned from his community.
That was sad and crazy. Well, check this out, guys. Carrying sexually explicit books would be a Class B misdemeanor. Errant librarians could face 30 days behind bars and a $1,500 fine. The bill prohibits deviant sexual intercourse and sadomasochistic abuse texts, but it also aims at sexual identity and gender identity books. Conservatives nationwide are trying to stop the spread of trans ideology. Have your say. Vote. Never mind. No. My point being is conservatives, they're trying to just stop everything.
Well, if you're trying to ban books, you're not the good guys.
Well, think about this, guys. The people who have a problem with gender fluidity books are the ones that don't read ever anyway. Like they never read. Like this is
anything.
Like I'm not saying there aren't conservative women out there who don't love their like romance novels or whatever. I'm just saying like
Harlequin.
The stuff that a gender fluidity book, that's only going to be searched out by somebody in a world who's like going down that road or wants to learn about that specifically. Books are listen. Books are a lot like radio stations with Howard Stern back in the day. Remember when he was brand new and you all hated him and you were like, "Oh, you hate him," and everybody was just like, just change the channel. Go listen to your classic rock. Go listen to your text some chicks pervy stuff. Rock, whatever you want to do. Why don't you go do that? Go do that.
Topical.
Go do that instead of listening to The Q with Mark Bland. Because here's the deal, though. Because the only people going after these things are people that are interested in those things. So just like all the books that you never picked up and read ever, including the 1984 that you always claim is the problem, but you've never read it anyway.
Yeah, the books aren't going to jump off the shelf.
They're not going to do anything, so just don't read the books.
Was it last year, the guy in Kansas City who was one of the people against the school district for the books in the library, ended up getting busted for child porn or improperly touching a child or something like that?
I mean,
like, come on.
Color me shocked.
Right? But that's every time.
I think, this is part of the GOP's larger war on trans people. And they're, using all the same scare tactics they did, about the quote unquote gay agenda in the 2000s. They're using all the same scare tactics they used about blacks in the workforce in the 1980s. Well, it's vapid.
It's super vapid, dude.
Like they need someone to hate. In the 60s, 50s, 60s, it was blacks. That became socially unacceptable, so it became the gays. Last few years, that became socially unacceptable. So now we're on transgender people. And eventually that'll finally become unacceptable. And what are they going to do then?
I mean, there used to
They're
be
going to live where they live now in the middle of nowhere. All right, guys, we have to take a quick break. But when we come back from this break, it's time for us to have a little fun. It is time for our Tournament of Pop Culture second round of our one-hit wonders. That's right. We're breaking down these one-hit wonders. Did yours make the list this week, this time around? Maybe, maybe not. But we're going to play a little bit of the music if we can, and we're going to have some fun with it. So we're going to take a quick break here on the Q. We'll be back with this when we're done. Bye. $12:80 a.m. KYRO News Radio, KYRO.com. I am your host, Mark Bland. That is Jason Call over there.
Hello.
And that is Justin Deming over there.
Howdy.
What a great song.
Right?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to do the next round of our...
Yeah. I've seen Bowie play that live.
You have?
Yeah, he did this one.
That's awesome.
A female sang the Freddie Mercury parts.
Fair enough.
Lady in the band.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Queen, Under Pressure with David Bowie right there. This is 1280 AM KYRO, as I said. This is the Tournament of Pop Culture. We have already done one round of our one-hit wonders. We are now moving on to round two of our one-hit wonders. As soon as I can get to that page.
The greatest kind of wonder.
Yeah, the one-hit wonder. That's right. Correct.
Slightly above the bread.
Slightly above. Just slightly a little bit better. All right.
One and two.
Only one more hit than I have.
Right? There
so
you go.
Last
Always a
time,
chance.
maybe some of the ones we can remind you of that have already been on the list. Stacy's Mom, Mbop, Come On Eileen. We did Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby. The Vanessa, what's her name? Hudgens? What? 1,000 Miles? Vanessa
Carlton?
Vanessa Carlton.
Carlton, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that was on there.
Closing Time, Semisonic,
Yeah.
all that. Okay. All right. So we're moving on to our next.
Of every graduation.
We're moving on to the next round here, ladies and gentlemen, and some of these I can play for you. I can try to bring them up all quasi decently here on our computer system and stuff like that. But our first round is going to be. Let me see if I can get.
Keeping us in suspense, Mark.
Sorry. It is a radio show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Here we go. I was able to find it. Our first round is going to have Mambo number 5
Oh, boy.
against this little special.
Sound of the summer in the 60s, I just assumed.
Sugar, sugar.
Doesn't this sound like in every movie that's in summertime in the 60s, this song's on?
Yeah.
Well, this is a good song.
I know, but
There's some oldies that are just truly, they are
I'm
goodies.
going to look up when this song came out.
Is this the song from the car chase in The Simpsons?
Maybe. I don't
When
have no
Homer and
idea.
Ralph, or Chief Wiggums, or...
I have no idea, but it's very possible it is. I don't watch The Simpsons. I was never a Simpsons guy, even though it was like my high school years and middle school years. Like I remember in middle school, I watched it for like the first 2 years, like 7th, 8th grade, and maybe a little bit of 9th grade. But past that, it was just, no, I didn't.
Still a great show.
Still a great show. But the Archies, Sugar Sugar, versus Mambo number 5.
I'll go first because I got some info.
Okay.
I'm going.
Wait. This info is giving you a reason to vote a specific way?
Well, I was already going to vote this way. I didn't
Okay.
look it up. I'm going with the Archies, and I was right. It was a summer song. It came out May 24th, 1969. So I bet all over the summer that year, man. That thing was everywhere.
Bumping this.
Right? Fun. Like Vietnam's going on, but you don't care.
Yeah, okay, this is just bumping.
Right?
I think you might care.
Well, not for like 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Exactly.
We don't. Listen, here at Kent State, we don't care about nothing, sir.
Right?
All right. Mambo number 5. That was a joke. Versus the Archies, Sugar Sugar. You say Sugar Sugar. What do you say?
Yeah.
I say Sugar Sugar.
I say Sugar Sugar. So I think Mambo number 5, which also, fair enough, decent one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Hey, it had the little dancing going on. Hey, it's very iconic. I'm not going to knock Lou Bega for any of that. Like,
But
fantastic.
the only time
Everyone knows it.
Well, the only
Yeah,
time
everybody
anyone-
knows the song. I just
really-
feel like that Sugar Sugar is a better song.
Well, the only time you tolerate Mambo Number 5 is when you're intoxicated and at a wedding.
There you go.
Otherwise,
It's
like, ugh.
I remember Mambo Number 5 being in a pivotal episode of Nathan for You. If
I
anyone
do
out
like
there is
Nathan for you. This is why me and Justin get along so well. There's just so much. So like one night he broke out Streets of Rage on like his system. Like it was like he was playing MAME. You were playing MAME. You had
No,
MAME
it was
simulator.
I think on the Wii. The Nintendo
Was it on the Wii? Yeah. He broke this game out and he goes, "Hey, let's play." We just got it in Final Fight. It was Final Fight. I'm sorry, it was Final Fight.
Well, Streets of Rage first.
It was Final Fight. No, then Streets of Rage.
Oh, okay.
I think it was that and then Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage, we put on a mission. We were going to go after this game one night and beat it. That was our plan. Final Fight came out of nowhere and taught us that we loved fighting games like this and partnering up and doing it. So we just started playing them as often as we could.
Nothing like a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
That's right. Truthful. Double Dragon.
Remember Bad Dudes?
Bad Dudes is awesome.
Bad enough, dude, to rescue the president.
Yeah.
Dude, I should dress that way for my match against Shaft. I should put on white pants, black wrestling shoes. I should be in like a tank top or whatever like that.
Absolutely.
Come out with the gloves.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I really should do that. I'm now contemplating a complete change on where I was going originally. I might go for something
I had
different.
that original Nintendo card at home.
Oh, yeah.
I might even put the Bad Dudes logo airbrushed on the singlet, like right in the middle of it.
I had that one. I wasn't a big like fighting game guy. I was mostly sports games, but back then sports games kind of sucked. So
All right.
really,
That song, So You Had a Bad Day, You Gotta Let It Go.
that was on TV.
Was Daniel Powder or was something like that?
that was on every TV show.
Let's find
It was
out.
like a
we'll figure it
breakup
out.
moment.
That
I
is
had a
going
bad
up.
day when I heard that song.
Yeah, my day got worse.
Now that's I'm a bad day, right?
Yes.
It's a catchy song, though.
It's not bad.
It's
Yeah,
got
it's
a
Daniel
catchy
Powder, okay?
Okay.
Now that is going to be
Wonder what he's
going
doing.
up against this other song
Another
right
song by
here. Once I Can Play It For You, which is going to be in a few seconds after these commercials
I know.
on this
Corporate
effing
greed.
plane.
Too sexy.
Oh my God!
Too sexy.
These dudes are super crazy lunatic right wing dudes on Twitter.
These guys?
Oh, they're like way overboard. Yeah.
Interesting.
That sounds...
And go on there because they'll block you in like 5 seconds. Like get on there and say like you suck. Boom, block.
This sounds
block
like...
everybody.
This sounds
Unbelievable.
like... Now, here's the deal. That Bad Day by Daniel Powder, it's okay. It's great. It's great KZK music, right? It's great. It's great elevator music or whatever they used to call that.
Right.
But I don't think it touches I'm Too Sexy and Right Said Fred. That's all I'm saying. Like Right Said Fred and I'm Too Sexy comes out at a pivotal time in pop culture when music videos mattered.
Right.
When this
Like-
came out, it slapped you in the face. It let you, like Fine Young Cannibals, it slapped you in the face. It let you know it was here to stay. Like we are not going to back down.
It's like
I only have one problem with this song.
What is the problem that you have?
It's just too sexy.
It is too sexy. I'm going
So
I'm too
catchy.
sexy. What are you doing, Justin?
I'm there with you. I'm too sexy.
I am also going because they're like songs that have like a moment attached to them in your life.
Yes.
They win hands down. And this, I remember going out with this guy like I didn't even really like, but he offered to drive.
You were going out with him?
Yeah, well, yeah. Whatever.
Okay.
We're having a good time. And anyway, but he had one of those. Remember those trackers? Those like hybrid, like, no, hybrids. They were like
Oh,
a
yeah, I know what
car.
you're talking about. Like the
SUV,
four
but
tracks,
the-
almost like the RAV4s
yeah,
are
but in,
now and
like
stuff.
the
Yeah,
early
yeah,
'90s before SUVs were a thing.
Yeah, the
Okay,
trackers.
yeah.
I remember.
Trackers,
Yeah,
whatever,
GMC Tracker. Yeah.
Yeah, and he had one of those and listened to this song.
Boy,
probably,
those things would tip over.
probably like 40 times in this night driving. But I
he
didn't care.
had the single, is what you're saying.
I'm too sexy?
Yeah, and he
Jesus.
played it like 1,000
All right.
times.
Now,
Side A and side B.
Yeah, it was, and it wasn't even like extra songs. It was the same thing on both sides.
Hey,
I think there was that song and then like an instrumental, and then it flipped over and did it again.
so Right Said Fred is right wing on
Both
Twitter
of them
now.
are, yeah, they're on Twitter.
They made like an iconic gay song.
They're brutal, man.
all right.
That's crazy.
Coming up next on our list of fun here is this song right here. A little bit of an oldie, but a goodie, I guess.
Yeah. I like the keyboard lasers.
Keyboard lasers.
This is called Major Tom.
This is a great song. I loved this song when I was a kid. Pretty sure I had this 45. In fact, I know I had this 45.
Oh, it's still building up. Still building up.
Oh, that's right. But it can't last all
Got a
forever.
countdown. 4, 3, 2, 1, yeah, because it's going to break down again.
Which is a great song.
Yeah, it'll get low when he and now it starts singing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The ship is waiting. All the systems go.
Sing it to me.
All right.
Bring your toothbrush.
That's going to be going up against this could be a dark horse. I feel like this could be.
It's got to sway me because I think I'm going one way.
I think this could be a dark horse, guys. I'm sorry. I hate to say it like that, but there was a time period in history where everybody needed to do something in the night. Now, if you're looking for a one-hit wonder that's catchy as hell, that will make you still sing to this day, pissing the night away, because that's what you must do. You must piss the night away.
These
Slowly.
dudes are like straight up anarchists, too.
Yeah?
They're super political.
Like,
and they're,
super
like,
political.
Anti-government, like...
But we have Chumbawamba with their tum thumping. They like to drink the whiskey drinks and the vodka drinks. You love beer, lager drinks. That's
Yes,
right, and their
that's
cider drinks. And that's got to pull at your heartstrings right there alone.
This-
Sir.
It
The
does,
lager
it does.
drinks.
This
Yes,
song is...
I'm getting thirsty
like,
just listening.
This song to me
Being
is...
on this show.
It's similar to the Mambo number 5, though. I only know it because it's irritating, and it was at every wedding I went to.
Irritating.
I will say this.
Irritating.
In comparison to Major
They're
Tom.
not irritating.
I'm
I
not
kind of
saying
agree with some
Major
of this
Tom is a bad song. I just don't think it stands up to Tum Thumping. I think Tum Thumping as that one hit classic wonder, pop, catchy, over the top, like all of the mixture is there.
Like, my vote is
That's
obviously anecdotal, but
Sure, you do whoever you want.
I'm going Major Tom because
Major Tom for you.
It's got a one-hit wonder connection to my youth.
Chumbawamba's Tum Thumping for me, Justin, part of my youth too.
Yeah.
That puts me in the hot seat.
My
'cause
college days.
This is difficult.
Hot seat.
We did not get to the chorus of Major Tom, but it is a bop. It is.
Oh, it is a bop.
It
I'm
is
not
a
lying
bop.
that it isn't a bop. I'm
It
not
is
saying
a
it ain't a bop.
certified bop.
But we got some big players coming up, I'm sure, down the road, and we need to make sure that we're going to be matching up right. Like, that's how I'm looking at this.
I guess we'll be singing when we're winning.
Oh, Tum Thumping. All right. Chumbawamba
You
wins.
even played in the lyrics on it.
Tum Thumping. All right, ladies and
But
gentlemen.
I do love Major Tom
How about this
by
one?
whoever that was.
Baby Got Back
Schilling?
versus Story of a Girl. Rock the whole world. You know, absolutely.
When she smiles.
I thought it was called Absolutely or something like that.
No.
I thought it was Story of a Girl. Do we got the right song? Do I even know what's on this list that I made up?
And this is like a early 2000s, late 90s alternative band in this.
Something
like that, or-
the Story of a Girl?
Like the
Cried a
band,
river
the,
and drowned the whole world.
the band name. It's
That
got
one?
like a. It's like a dumb name, like Shimmer or something stupid like that. Like
Who's this?
Isn't that what's their name?
9 Days is the name of the group.
Oh, is that? Oh, sorry, I thought that.
Who is it?
9 Days.
Okay.
Really?
Going up against Baby's Got Back?
Going up against the classic Baby Got Back.
That's like the Generals going up against the Outrunners. like you're probably pretty good in high school, but this isn't working.
That's an apt comparison, my friend.
Right? The songs. Baby
All
Got
right,
Back
so
is
where are we
huge.
going? Story of a Girl or Baby Got Back? I think it's Baby Got Back,
Oh,
right?
Baby
my
got
God,
back.
that's humongous.
Unanimous.
All right, Baby Got Back is moving on. This song right here, when it wants to play, I should have probably set that up a little bit better. That didn't work out as well as I thought it would, Justin. It really did not. I'm just being honest
being
with you.
silly with us.
It's being very silly with us. The computers are being internet and
Ooh.
Still. people still make this joke today.
Who let the dogs
I still
out?
make this joke today. Like if someone lets my dog in, I'm like, oh, and then they let him out. I'm like, whoa, now we know who did it. Like,
Now that's
Legend.
going up against.
Legend. Okay.
That's going up against. You get what you give. Do you guys remember?
You only get what you give?
You get what you give.
The New Radicals.
Yes.
Okay.
You
They
remember
call
these guys,
You know what?
right?
And this is the one where they call out like Marilyn Manson and
Courtney Love and Marilyn Manson, yeah.
yeah, they're gonna kick their butts. And who's we going up against?
The Baja Men.
That's going up
Who
against
let
Who
the
Let the Dogs Out. It's a matchup. It's a matchup. I like the New Radicals.
But didn't the Baja Men also do another thing, or were they attached?
No,
to...
well, they probably were
No.
attached to a whole album of things that nobody paid attention to. And
I
a
mean,
second
yeah, I'm
album
sure
of
there was
things.
a second album, but I did not sell a lot of them at Sam Goody. Put it that way.
Oh, you also worked at Sam Goody. He
I
did
did.
that too.
I did too.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I did
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
in
yeah.
the
Sam
St.
Goody
Peter's
does.
location.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right,
Wow.
so yeah, you're probably South County over there.
I was Northwest Plaza.
Oh, okay, all right,
I've
fair enough.
also worked at Northwest Plaza.
Yeah.
At Lids.
Okay, all right. Who Let the Dogs Out, Baja Men, or You Get What You Give, New Radicals? I'm going to go, wow, that's tough. I'm going to go New Radicals here, actually. I like that song a little bit better. Who Let the Dogs Out gets droning on and on for me. At least with Tum Thumping, the droning on and on kind of is pissing the night away in between to kind of keep it broken up. Like this is just droning on and on and
that
on.
spawned like 2 or 3 other one-hit wonders that sounded exactly the same.
Like
Tootsie Roll.
I'll put it this way. New Radicals is objectively a better song.
Okay.
But I think the Baja Men is a better one-hit wonder.
A one-hit
That happens
wonder.
a lot. That happens
okay.
major time.
All right, so where are you going?
I am also going New Radicals with you.
Okay, so
Just
the New
because
Radicals win.
Even though, he's right, Baja Men was a better one-hit wonder, this was a better one-hit wonder song.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, the next one actually kind of pulls at my heartstrings just a little bit because at one point I was the manager for the United States side. Okay, not for their whole careers and everything, but for the United States side of a group called the Rednecks, and they did a song that we all know as Cotton Eye Joe. So let's hear it
I used
play.
to play this.
If it plays.
Play this at weddings. Weddings and high schools in certain areas.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
So that is us, Cotton Eye Joe. But it's going up against a real one-hit wonder like smack,
And I get that.
like a club smack, like
that
one of those
6.5
big
minute
dogs.
version.
Check this out. Cotton Eye Joe goes up against Barbie Girl.
Oh, wow.
I feel like Cotton Eye Joe loses. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Aqua.
They're both
plastic.
equally popular at weddings.
I think it's just catchier. I think Barbie Girl is catchier than
got
Cotton
that
Eye
one.
Joe.
Let's go,
Cotton Eye
Barbie.
Joe, once again, the droning on like the Baja Men, like it'll
Yeah.
keep droning on a little bit.
Well,
and
they
I don't
got a
have
little fiddling
I'm
in
not
there.
against that. I
That's
did
some
handle
sweet
management, and
keyboard.
I loved Annika and them. They were great people. I'm just saying. I feel like Barbie Girl has a little bit more to it. Plus, it's kind of a club banger for real.
Cotton Eye
Like
Joe-
when that comes on in the club, people are dancing to Barbie Girl.
Cotton Eye Joe made attempts to make more hits too. I don't think he's a
Cotton Eye
hit.
Joe really lives off the stadium, though. It really lives off
It
sporting
is a
events.
sports
Played a lot.
anthem. Yeah,
It's a sports anthem, which is great. But
In
like
fact, I think it's on those.
Barbie Girl can
CDs.
show up at any club in America and the world. Like
Yeah.
that can just jam out. I'm going Barbie Girl.
You know, you could probably play Barbie Girl at a high school dance today.
Come
they
on,
would
Barbie,
probably-
let's go party. Yeah, that one. Yep, yep.
Yeah.
I actually, though, my son's favorite right now is that Redneck song. So just on his
Cotton Eye
behalf,
Joe, really?
I got to vote for Cotton Eye Joe.
Are you dead serious?
Because of my son, absolutely.
I did not know that. Yeah,
Oh,
I
my gosh.
really was U.S. management for them. Like I know them that was
Nice.
part of my career.
Maybe you can get him an 8x10.
I'm going Barbie Girl. You're up. You're the deciding vote here, Jay, before we hit the break. And then we got still two more to do.
I'm going to go Cotton Eye Joe. I played that a lot more when I was a roaming DJ.
I'd say this is an upset.
And people ask for
I
that
wouldn't say
more.
it's an upset. I think Barbie Girl's a good. If you think it's an upset, then you should have voted for Barbie Girl. You only went with it because your son. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh,
Cotton Eye
don't
Joe
be
is
bitter.
equally as popular.
We're not bitter. Nobody's bitter.
This is the most even matchup so far.
I
though.
bet Cotton Eye
Mostly we've
Joe-
been unanimous. This is another split
Yeah,
vote.
this was kind of this was a really tough one.
This was a tough
But
one.
I bet Cotton Eye Joe might have hit number 1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to take a quick break here on the Q Now. We will be back on News Radio KYRO 1280 AM 105.3 after these words.
Have you ever met a girl that you tried to date, but a year to make love, she wanted you to wait? Let me tell you a story of my situation. I was talking to this girl from the U.S. nations.
1280 AM KYRO, Mark Bland, the Q Now, Justin Deming, Jason Call. That song right there is next up in our round of the one-hit wonder bracket. We are in the middle of doing the first round of it, and we have 2 more left from the first round, and then we are on to our final 8, final 4, and the championship right here, right now. And these will go a lot faster, but we got to get through this first round first. Up first, Just a Friend, Biz Markie, which you just heard that brought us back, and that is going against somebody that I used to love.
Somebody that I used to know.
Yeah, somebody that I used to know. I'm sorry. I think I'm having trouble reading it.
Oh, wow. This is a tough one, too.
This is a few years ago. Was it 10 years ago, maybe?
Somebody that I used to know is really catchy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's a catchy song. And when you get some of the remixes, it's kind of fun to listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Biz Markie and Just a Friend, that's just like because of commercials over the last 20 years, it's become kind of like well known.
And some movies. I'm pretty sure it's been in a couple.
Probably
of
a few movies, yeah.
And like parts where like it's like breakup parts in comedies and stuff.
How could I vote against the diabolical Biz Markie?
Right?
I don't know.
Tough.
I don't know.
Around a while
I'm going to go Biz Markie myself.
Ooh.
I'm not against somebody that I used to know. I'm just a friend. It's just a bigger one-hit wonder. Like,
and it's fun.
It set him.
Like one-hit wonders almost have to have a fun quality to them.
Didn't Biz Markie have other hits though?
He probably did
guest on a lot of albums
at some point.
I mean, he was on Yo Gabba Gabba too.
Sure, I'm just saying. Like, well, that's the thing. Yo Gabba Gabba's like 15 years easily after he already left the ionosphere of music being relevant. So that's the one thing I could say for Just a Friend. It's 2023, and that song still resonates today. Like
30 years old or more.
Not that the other one doesn't. I'm just saying it's already on its like 40th year almost.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was in high school.
I'm going Just a Friend.
Okay. Where are you at? I'm still thinking.
You know what? You don't have to. I'm going Biz.
You're going Biz Markie.
All right,
Biz Markie. I'm going Biz Markie too.
Yeah,
I'm jumping on the train.
Winning
That's your
things,
guy.
even after death.
All right, in our final first round matchup is going to be the Proclaimers. Right? I'm going to be 500 miles.
I would walk
500 more.
miles.
I'll walk 500 more.
500 more.
Yeah, there it is.
Just to be the man.
But I'm just going to be
Walk
honest with you.
1,000 miles.
This is another potential dark horse. Okay, this is a dark horse.
Okay. I do love a dark horse. I do love an underdog.
This is a dark horse. This is a true worth your time dark horse. We just got to get through the commercials, YouTube. Through the commercials, right?
We're not even watching them.
Free promotion for YouTube. I'm saying their name a lot right now. Love the commercials.
Although we do love commercials here on 1280 KYRO.
Yeah, we love our commercials.
Yeah, we do love commercials.
Yes.
I'm going to buy stuff.
All right, here we go. Here we go. And it's going up against, could be a dark horse. Could be a dark horse.
Oh my God. Another wedding song. And that's what people did at the wedding.
Keep me grooving to that energy.
I wish Radioland could see Mark
every
Land
guy.
dancing in the studio right now.
Talk about it, talk about it,
It's
talk
just
about it.
getting it.
Oh, wow. He's still working it. He's still working it.
Oh, my goodness. Central West End would be loving it. That's all I'm going to say. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to go Funky Town by Lips Incorporated. Now, I understand that might be controversial in the eyes of a city like St. Louis and the kind of music that they kind of rock with. But, and I love I'm Gonna Be. Not going to lie to anyone. It's a great song. I just feel like Funky Town is just, dude, it's disco. And there's one thing I learned as a DJ. If you ever want to get the crowd moving, I don't care what decade it is, find a disco up-tempo flavored song. And the proof in the pudding was when Pharrell turned around with Daft Punk and did an entire album of this stuff. Did it, and that was in 2015. Just to prove to everybody, any decade it comes out, boom,
And that's the thing.
it'll work.
A lot of those disco hits are high beats anyway.
Dude, disco.
They
I'm
mix
telling
well
you,
with
Funky Town
club version.
beats. I'm gonna be.
I got to go with I'm Gonna Be.
Okay, it's up to you, Jay. And it's okay if Funky Town loses. It happens. We have upsets.
I'm also going to go with the Proclaimers.
All right, there it is. We do have an upset. I feel that's an upset, guys.
It was more my time. I'm just so familiar with it. It just feels like that's a better one.
I'm nothing against disco.
Nothing
no,
against
Funky
disco.
Town definitely has
disco.
its place. Like
All
I
right.
said, that's a wedding.
We
song.
are into the second
I was
round.
ready to get out of Funky Town almost as soon as I got there.
Now,
So.
this is going to go a little bit faster. But here, maybe we can just put this music behind us.
There you go.
All right, this is going to go faster. Sugar Sugar by the Archies versus I'm Too Sexy by Right Said Fred.
Oh. Is it going to go faster? That's tough.
Right?
I think in that case, that Sugar Sugar is literally the 50s flavor.
Right?
To a T, the best of what they sounded like in that decade.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, I'm Too Sexy is great, but I think Sugar Sugar might beat it. I would rather listen to the Archie Sugar Sugar before Too Sexy.
It had
does
to
have
have
longevity.
been the sound of that summer.
And
It really does, and it has been since the 50s.
It was 19...
What was 69, you said?
69.
Sorry.
Nice.
So it's not even that into the 50s. It's got a 50s flavor, but it's from 69, almost 20 years later.
Yeah.
Almost 10 years later for sure. So...
Maybe the first nostalgic 50s song.
Maybe. I'm going to go Sugar Sugar.
Yeah, Sugar Sugar. Let's do it.
You're going to do it too?
Gonna do it too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Sugar Sugar moves on from the Archies.
What were you going to vote for, Jason?
I was Sugar Sugar, and
wow.
it was a number one hit.
It was a number one hit. Can you check and see if Tum Thumbing or Baby Got Back?
Oh,
which one was a number one hit?
Gosh.
Oh my gosh, Becky. Look at that butt. Seriously, Becky, for real. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
So we are...
That one, Baby Got Back, was a number one hit.
Okay, okay.
It was a number one hit. Hey, do you guys know about our newest sponsor?
Curly and a drink.
I can't hear you.
Oh, sure. For just $5. Try my $5 Jack Pack today.
There it is. Free promotion for Jack in a Box. Thanks.
Oh, my goodness.
God, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big.
Oh,
she looks like
little
one of
TikTok
those
action.
Rap guys' girlfriends. Who understands those rap guys?
I don't think that that's the right one. Anyway, I mean, that is the right one. That's the beginning of it, but I don't think that was the right track.
Chumbawamba only made it to 6.
Chumbawamba only gets it
Yeah.
to 6.
It was a 6th place song.
Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. She looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends.
That's right.
You know, who understands those rap guys? They only talk to her because she looks like a total prostitute, okay? I mean, her butt.
Her butt is so big. I can't believe it's so round. It's like out there.
Juicy.
I mean, gross. Look.
Well, this is a tough
All
one,
right.
too.
So, yeah, this is a tough one.
I mean, Tub Thumping is an all-time great song, but
It
let's
is.
face it, Baby Got Back should be the national anthem.
Right? Let's get ready to play that game, fellas.
Which, by the way, have either of you ever noticed that in the song Baby Got Back, at the end of that last line, do you remember what she says to her? She's just so black. Literally, the beginning of this man's song has a white girl talking to another white girl, talking about how that woman is just black.
Yeah.
And that's 1990 what? What was it? 91, 92, somewhere in there? Got to be somewhere around there.
Maybe 1990.
That's kind of crazy. It could be 1990. That's more Vanilla Ice, though. Tum Thumping or Baby Got Back?
Baby Got Back.
I'm going to go Tum Thumping. I'm going to go Tom Thumping. I like Baby Got Back. I think Baby Got Back's got that longevity, like I said.
92, and I think I'm going Baby Got Back, too. That was a #1 hit. I didn't even realize that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in the United States, that song was #1. I was on every radio station all over the country.
Next up, Cotton Eye Joe versus the New Radicals, and you get what you give.
Well, I'm going to stick with my rednecks for now.
You are going to stick with the Cotton Eye Joes because of Dexter.
Because of Dexter, my
Got
son.
it. All right. What are you doing?
You know what? I'm going to go New Radicals.
You're going to go New Radicals.
Because it was more of a song. And
you're going to go Cotton Eye Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to literally used to do this for a job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm going to go Cotton Eye Joe.
Ooh, they win. Oh. I'm okay with that.
I'm going to go Cotton Eye Joe. It's not even because of the management or anything like that. I'm just going to go with Cotton Eye Joe because I think that in this case, it just might beat out New Radicals.
Mm.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Just because it moved to a different bracket.
Yeah.
Even though that team is different, this is not like sports.
Right.
This is not like two guys are going to go at it and eventually whoever's got one more point at the end wins that bracket. No. This is really up for discussion. Some of these could have moved to other sections of the bracket in the first round and gone up against other players. Mm-hmm. And so now that they're meeting up against each other, it's going to be a little bit different.
And
what do you got?
The New Radicals was barely even a top 40 hit. It was as high as
barely
36.
Even a top
36.
40.
It's the highest it got, U.S.
All right. The next round and final of this grade 8. Just a Friend by Biz Markie, The Diabolical.
Yes.
Versus the Proclaimers, I'm Gonna Be. I'm Gonna Be taking out Funky Town really kind of was like, that was kind of a stake on mine. And I'm not against I'm Gonna Be. I think though if it's one hit wonder for one hit wonder, I hear Just a Friend more than I hear I'm Gonna Be. This day.
And both have quirky vocal styles, too.
I'm also going to go with Just a Friend.
What makes it a better one-hit wonder? Is it a better one-hit wonder if it's still getting played years later? Because that shows it has resiliency, okay? That's fine. Or is it a better one-hit wonder if you get super popular off of it, and then it's just gone, and it's like, that was your chance. Right. That was the one hit in life where you made it, and that was that. And it might have fluttered throughout history, but no, you've been dead. That's the Proclaimers. That's technically the Proclaimers. That's technically chump thumping.
Yeah. I mean, sadly, having Sirius, it brings those kind of songs back because people can go to like certain channels. And I bet those guys.
And we're playing them right now, even in a competition. Right? We're still talking about these songs right now.
It's around.
Terrestrial radio.
I'm going to go Just a Friend.
Just a Friend.
Yeah, I would have also.
I think I'm going to go Just a Friend. Okay.
I would have also went Just a Friend.
All right, so Just a Friend moves on. So we are down to our final four, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that we can do this.
Okay.
Sugar Sugar by the Archies.
Yes.
Versus Baby Got Back.
That's easy for me.
Both #1.
What do you say?
I say Baby Got Back should be the national anthem.
He did say that earlier.
Baby Got Back is really good.
It is.
Sugar Sugar by the Archies is such a classic. But you know what? I don't know. Jay, where you at?
If you play Baby Got Back,
where you at, Jay?
At a wedding, it fills the floor.
Where you at? Yep, it does.
I'm gonna go Baby's Got Back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
I think
Baby
I like
Got
Sugar
Back
Sugar better.
Then you should have voted Sugar Sugar. Baby Got Back moves on. I would have voted Baby Got Back. Just a Friend by Biz Markie. This could set up a 90s matchup that people, and same time period, like 91, 92, 93, that like little 2 to 3 year period there, they're all playing on the radio at the same time.
One of the best decades.
Could be. Cotton Eye Joe versus Just a Friend. Dex's heart is on the line, bro.
Oh, my goodness. Well,
Dex's heart is on the line, bro.
It is, but
the diabolical one.
You could console him by playing him Biz Markie. He'd be like,
I personally
think, Dexter, I love you,
think,
but when you're older, you'll understand why Daddy needs to go with Just a Friend.
Okay. I am going to actually go with Cotton Eye Joe. I think my problem with Just a Friend, and if I do have a knock on it, a bang of any sort, it's I feel like it drags. There's some parts that
he drags. He sounds like he's in slow motion.
And I don't. I just really, it sucks in that regard. So like sometimes it drags. Other than that, classic. Heard it a million times in my life. Don't have a problem with it like that. Just drags at times. I'm gonna take Cotton Eye Joe. You're going Diabolical Bismarcky, Justin.
No,
this is up to you, sir.
I own singles of both of these.
Yep.
Because singles, I'm
do.
sure.
One was on they're both on singles, and I have a CD of one.
A compact disc.
Right. They're around. I have to go Bismarcky.
Wow.
You got to go Bismarcky. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. So Just a Friend is in the finals against Baby Got Back and Sir Mix-a-Lot. Now we're going to take a quick break here on the Q. When we come back, we're going to play both of these songs, and we're going to listen to them for a second, and then we're going to make our decision. The final decision here on the Q now of this one-hit wonders bracket, second round. We got another one in the next show, next week, and the weekend after that, whatever. We got it every single Saturday, 1 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time right here on 1280 a.m. KYRO. We'll be back on the Q after this. 1280 a.m. at KYRO, 105.3 FM.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go
where fashion fits? Putting on the Ritz.
Wow. Different types who wear a day coat pants with
I will not be shocked if this is in a later round.
Could be.
Putting on the Ritz.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
Fantastic song. Taco, Putting on the Ritz. And there was a lot of dudes in the 80s like him, like Buster Poindexter and all them. Like everybody was constantly being the weird, kind of like white-faced, quirky dude with curly hair that was like overly one way or the other.
The
Falco,
1980s
exactly.
were a wonderful time.
They were a wonderful time. They gave us a lot of people in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Like my brother. Not me, I'm from the 70s.
Oh, okay.
Like you're from the 70s. Yeah.
Woo,
70s. We're awesome.
80s, baby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the final of our one-hit wonders bracket. Bismarcky, Just a Friend.
Have you ever met a girl that you tried to date,
But
but here to make love, she wanted you to wait? Let me tell you a story
of my situation. I was talking
to this girl from the U.S. nation. The way that I met her was on tour at a concert. She had long hair
and a short mini skirt.
I just got on
It just drags. That's my only issue. It drags. And it is going to be going up, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be going up against this right here.
Oh my God, Becky.
Okay, let's get into the song a little bit. Here we go.
Now when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up?
You notice that butt was stuck deep in the jeans she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh, baby.
I mean, there is a limit.
Oh, baby. Oh.
There's a limit?
Mamma mia, so horny.
Too big.
The only limit is your imagination, my friend.
You ain't that average groupie. Turbo Vets. Everybody knows about Turbo Vets and magazines now. All right, so Just a Friend versus Baby Got Back. I don't feel that this is much of a matchup.
Really?
I feel that this is Baby Got Back.
I think this is black excellence all around, though.
Possibly, but I think that it's Baby Got Back. For sure.
I think you're right.
I think you're right, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm nothing against...
I'm surprised we have a unanimous decision this far into the bracket.
Right?
Like I said, things get matched up in later rounds that make it through because they beat so-and-so over here, so-and-so over there. And ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this round is Baby Got Back. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like Baby Got Back holds a strong key in the finals, the final four, because there's Vanilla Ice, Baby Got Back. That's 89, 90. Now we got 91, 92. Like, are we going to find out that the greatest decade for one-hit wonders was the 90s in this specific time period of these 3 to 4 years? The early 90s was like just gold, or is that just going to be us showing our age?
People were wanting,
I don't know. It's
new
pop
music.
after pop.
Rockers were able to find new music.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a big win right there for Sir Mix-a-Lot. He's going to be going up against some juggernauts, though, in Vanilla Ice.
Congratulations, Mr. Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah, sir, you're the diabolical one now. The diabolical Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Slayed the diabolical.
All right. So we've had all our fun. And Sir Mix-a-Lot wins, goes on to the next round of our Tournament of Pop Culture here on the Q.
Now.
The Q Now. You can actually go to the QNow.com, TheQNow.com, old episodes to listen there. Our best Tournament of Pop Culture we did recently, the best action movies since the 1980s. You can go listen to those episodes and check that out. But Justin.
Yes.
Justin, sir, it has been a while since we've had you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And we plan on now with you sticking around for a little while.
Yes.
Having you on more.
I would love to.
I think that it would be something that we could turn into something great. Thank you.
Oh,
thank you. I love having you on. But if we're going to do this, it's been a while since we've asked you some random questions on the hot seat, bro.
Oh, the hot seat.
We haven't done the hot seat with you in a while.
Okay.
But I feel like these are some questions. These are actually questions from the fans.
Okay.
So we can all answer them, but it's going to be kind of like you, kind of like giving us a little insight to who you are.
Yes.
With the Q Now again. You know what I'm saying?
Reacquainted, if you
Getting
will.
reacquainted. Now, Justin, this is going to be a tough one. Jason, you might want to pay attention because this could be interesting for you too. For you too.
Yeah.
If a porn producer, gentlemen, offered you $1 million to star in a film under the condition that all of your family and friends were to be notified about it, would you accept this offer? Why or why not?
Interesting. Okay.
$1 million is on the line. You get it. Straight up. $1 million. Could be $1 million in ones in a briefcase that's silver or gold or black, whatever you want. You could do it like Howie Mandel in the briefcase game or whatever.
Okay.
But they're going to tell your friends and family. Probably a text message to everybody. So-and-so, check this link out. He's naked.
Right.
But they're going to let people know.
Like how porn is the porn?
It's a porn.
Oh,
it's a porno.
All right.
Pornography, if you will.
You're going to
with a woman?
You're going to star in a film. Yes.
Okay.
Now, they didn't say it couldn't be your wife. They didn't say that, but she'd probably have to want to get involved. Or your
Now we
boyfriend.
gotta
For all of you out there that might have boyfriends, it could be your
Now you gotta
boyfriend.
split the million.
Or your non-gender fluid friend.
Right.
Whatever. It could be anything.
Gender non-conforming,
Sure,
non-binary, yes.
Lots of fish signs with too many wigglies around it.
What's up to all my theys and thems out there?
There's the rays and the revs or rars, the fays and fairs. Was it fays and fairs? I know.
I love everyone under the rainbow.
Okay, porn producer, $1 million. You are going to be in it.
Yes.
It's $1 million. That's what it really comes down to, guys.
Yeah.
This is $1 million on the line.
Right.
Do you want $1 million? You can do it. This to get it. Mm-hmm. Are you willing to do it?
I feel like I'd do a lot worse for a lot less.
So Justin's all in.
I'm all in, and because
are you worried about the family finding out? Are you?
Yeah, I mean that's a bummer. But here's something.
By the way, they are
consider.
going to tell your son. Like it's going to happen. Now he'll probably find out someday when he gets older anyway. But I'm just saying.
Right. But, I mean, something you should consider before you do any sex work is that your family is going to find out. I mean, this is not a hypothetical. Real people
this
do
is real.
pornography.
Yeah, this is real life. And there are people who
families-
make millions of dollars doing it, and their families had to find out.
Exactly. Yeah. And there are people that don't
Thanks for
make
taking the
millions
fun out of the
dollars.
question. Jesus, my
Well, no. I'm saying there are people that don't make millions of dollars. So
you're
for
right.
anyone considering doing an OnlyFans or anything like that,
that's right.
You know, your family will find out eventually. Is all the advice I've gotten about it.
All right,
Not
$1 million,
that I've
Jay.
asked.
You doing it?
Yeah.
Wife or no wife?
Well, I mean, I'll ask her.
She says no. You're like,
well,
hey,
here's the thing,
I'm
like-
sorry. I have to be with Stacy. I'm sorry. I have to. I have no choice.
Let's say,
I think she wants that $1 million too.
right?
So.
And say I'm really good at it. Then I could just keep
Stacy
doing
wants
it,
to be
making
with
money.
you for the $1 million. Okay, honey. Okay, I can't do anything about this. Take one for this team. I'm serious. Can I film?
The things I do for this family, I tell you.
Exactly. You're a good father.
All right.
You're good. You guys are good men. Good men.
Nailed it.
What's a company secret that you can now share from a place now that you don't work there anymore?
Oh.
So a secret of something that you didn't know or did know that you can now share of a place that you didn't where I knew a place that would hand toss their salads.
Gross.
I'm not going to be at liberty to put that out there.
Okay.
For the sake of not necessarily wanting to put anyone under some suspicions that today that information is still correct. But at a time period, I did watch hand-tossed salads get made for people without a glove. Very, very gross.
Gross.
And it was being sold at the prices you would at a restaurant. And it's just like, yeah. Yeah, it was not good. Not good. Now,
I know someone who told me that they worked at a steak place, and on the buffet, the chicken wings that weren't eaten the next day were barbecue chicken wings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now that's interesting, too.
They would just toss them with some barbecue sauce, put it back out.
Well, I'm not sure if this is a secret, but from my time at Sam Goody, I can tell you, CDs never had to be $20.
That is true.
Oh, my
Never
God.
had to be $20.
Oh, my God.
That was ridiculous, the things we put ourselves through for good music.
Yeah, that booming late 90s.
But hey,
early
listen, you know what I
2000s
loved about
economy.
CDs? Like, I know we get glitches, everyone. And listen, with the streaming options nowadays that are currently used, like, we got some pretty good sound quality going on.
Mm-hmm.
But there was something about going from the days, like, people don't understand. They just don't understand. Like, records in high fidelity, okay?
Yes.
That was all cool, but records, cassette tapes, 8-tracks, there was always something to them that was this like crackle, pop, hiss, something that was always in the background behind the scenes. A very organic feeling.
Yeah.
CDs were the first time we as people in our society were like, oh, that sounds really clean. Like, and it was every time we played it. It wasn't like just as, and there were people that reached for that like pop, crackle, sizzle, whatever behind the scenes of their music. Great. But the way it altered us pop culturally, like we went from, for most of us at our age at that time, cassette tapes. We went from cassette tapes to CDs. The quality and sound coming from a cassette tape versus a CD on one song
is amazing.
They are literally on a scale of 1 to 10. This is a 6. That's at least an 8 or a 9.
Could you imagine?
That's at least an 8 or a 9.
When you were a kid, having access to any song you could ever want to listen to anytime.
No.
Anytime. My son and daughter can right now go to Amazon, Alexa, whatever, and just play any song they want, anytime from any album, any player.
Like
that's crazy.
I would have either had to buy it or tape it from a friend.
They
or
don't even
record a
have to
video,
buy. Listen. Think about this. For like $200 a year, for $200 a year, basically $200 a year. Monthly memberships, $240. Let's say $20 a month. $240. For $240 a year, these kids can get on networks for their Xbox and their PlayStation 5 like that with like 70 games. All high-end, badass games.
Right.
Right there. That are $60 and $70 to buy at the store right now.
Right.
And they can get it and they can stream it onto these systems right now as we speak. And we would go buy 2 or 3 games for the whole year. Like, we get like 2 or 3 games for the whole year, like cartridges. You get like 2 or 3 cartridges, and they were like $60 a pop, $50 a pop back then for that Nintendo system. You spend $150 a year, and for only $100 more, they got like 90 more games. 90 more. And they change. They change constantly. Like, some months they put up new games that are brand new and cool. Like, it was constantly like feeding that content echo. And if you really want a game bad enough, go buy it.
Well, and no kid you grew up with ever had more than like 10 or 15 games after a few years.
Oh,
of
that was
like
like
Nintendo or Sega or something like.
If you had a friend with 10 or 15 games, they had a collection.
Yeah.
All right. Last question before we have to get out of here on the queue. Are you ready for this one, Justin?
Yes.
By the way, I want everybody out there to know February 11th, MMWA. Marty Tynes Brawl, I think is what they're. I don't know. They didn't put my name on the flyer, on the poster.
Yeah.
I don't even care. I'm going to beat up Chef. That's all you need to know. Mark Bland returns. The Kings of the Revolution.
Yeah, it's
not the
Marty
Revolution.
Tynes.
Kings of Revolution. And Mark Bland returns, and you should come down. Tickets are like $10 a seat.
Something like that.
Go to, just go to MMWA and search MMWA and Ticket Leap All one word on Google, and you'll find it right there. Buy you some tickets. Come down. Watch me beat up Shaft, punch him in his face. Last question, Justin.
Mm-hmm.
What screams I'm a bad parent? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Not that one. Cut that. I like that question, but I want this one better. What quietly went away from society without anyone even noticing? Seriously. What do you remember that just kind of just floated off?
Phone booths.
Yeah,
booths.
Phone booths.
Like
yeah,
on the corners,
like cornered,
booths
or even
like
the coin operated ones for a lot of places on the walls.
They were just gone one day, and you never realized.
And that was like 1999. It was like 2000 happened, and boom, everybody had a cell phone, and things were just like not.
And they started leaving places.
10-10-220.
I got 220. Yeah, those call collect
1-800
numbers.
collect.
Yeah.
Save the
Ross has double wides for $19.95. Listen, I want to say check this one out. 3D TVs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
3D TVs came in and they talked about it. It was like a extra option you could have and a special like glasses and movies that they were going to make. And I had one. Like I literally had one, not because they like marketed it. Our TV went out in the middle of that craze, so every TV was trying to, like, by the time my TV goes out, all the TVs are trying to, like, push their version of that, so they were putting it with a lot of different versions. Yeah. And so I just happened to get one that had it, and it was a Vizio, and it worked fine.
Yeah.
It was great. It looked good.
The PlayStation
you could
3...
You could even adjust the depth of it, almost like the Nintendo DS, like the depth of that 3D.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
That the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 both supported 3D televisions for a lot of games.
There you go.
And you just can't, like, they do not make them now at all. You cannot get that technology now.
We should just go buy up all that stuff.
I already have a little CRT television problem. I don't need to start collecting 3D TVs,
Go start collecting 3D TVs, and people will want them.
You know what?
Yeah, that's true, though.
I almost bought a couple of years ago on eBay. A guy was selling a Laserdisc player in his Laserdisc collection. It was only like $100.
Oh yeah,
those
for sure.
He
guaranteed the disc. He guaranteed the player worked, and he had a list of the Laserdisc he had. It was amazing, but I was just like, what am I going to do with that? They don't look as good as DVDs, so I didn't get it if I wanted to.
Yeah,
I can remember as a kid going to Suncoast.
Oh yeah,
and like and they had Laserdiscs. They would just come out, and they were like movies that just came out in the theater like a year ago. And this is before like VHS were everywhere. And I'm like, how do they have all these movies?
Laserdiscs.
I remember being
awesome.
so angry that I didn't have one.
Well, Justin, it was wonderful for us to visit with you again.
Thank you.
Hear about all of your things that are going on in your life, and to catch up, to have you tell me whether the Archies were better than Baby Got Back or not.
Right.
Things like that, you know. It was just awesome to catch up with you. We appreciate it, Dimofo. Thank you so much for coming on this episode of the QNow.
Thank you for having me on the QNow.
That's right, the QNow, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start saying the now part more often. Jason, thanks once again for being on the show, sir. We appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go to theqnow.com. That's TheQNow.com. Old episodes, new episodes, and everything in between. I got wrestling on February 11th. I'm fighting Shaft for the MMWA Commissionership, so that's going to be coming up. Hopefully he's going down. I'm going to try my best. Win or lose, I'm beating that man.
Yeah.
I'm beating that man. I'm telling you that right now.
He may technically win.
He could do whatever. I don't know what's going to happen. What I know is I'm going to get in that ring and I'm going to whip.
There you go.
I'm going to whip. I'll be the one who played the whip song.
Yeah. You're the whip
Tom
guy.
Whipperson. That's me.
Tom Whipperson.
Oh,
what am I? It's over here. It's Alex. No, get away, Alex Jones. Calm down. No one was talking to you. That's going to do it for us here on The Q. We will see you guys next time on the show.